Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Golding, Young and More at the Grantham Auction Rooms. You join me today on Monday, and today is the day that thankfully we're kind of gradually getting back to normal here at the sale room. When I say back to normal, slightly abnormal, I'm surrounded today by an absolute cornucopia of guitars and some fantastic pieces here, all coming up for auction very soon. So we're going to start today with what is considered by many not to just be an icon of the guitar world, but a design and fashion icon, and that's the Fender Stratocaster. First designed by Leo Fender and released in 1954. We've got a Mexican reissue of it here today, but it kind of holds the same values and the same style as the originals did, and to be perfectly honest, they haven't really changed much since they probably got it right the first time round. So classic double cutaway design with a nice two-colour sunburst, 3 single coil pickups, again with the slightly later style of the 5-way pickup selector, a nice rosewood board, maple neck, and you can't really say too much else about it. So let's just hear it and see what it sounds like. So there we go, the Fender Stratocaster. And here we are again with another Fender classic. Now this is the Fender Telecaster model, a Paisley model at that, originally produced in the late 60s. Some classic artists used them. I think Jimmy Page was one of the most notable users of this. This is a made in Japan example. It's seen a bit of life, but you can tell that guitars that have seen a bit of life are obviously pretty good, otherwise they wouldn't have been used so much. So again, a little bit of history surrounding the Telecaster. Leo Fender originally produced what was known as the Fender Broadcaster in about 1951. He had a little bit of issues with the Gretsch company, who had a drum kit at the time called the Broadcaster as well. So for a brief period of time, circa 1952, they were renamed the Nocaster, and you'd see them just with the Fender decal on the headstock. And then again, similar with the Stratocaster, CBS brought them out 1965, and they started making a few different bits and pieces and a few changes to them. So this really is the quintessential rock and roll guitar, with a nice little bit of well, Paisley wallpaper on it. So let's see what this sounds like. Hello again, and here we have possibly again one of what some would describe as a member of the Holy Trinity of electric guitars, I suppose. I'm a bit of a jangler, so I would probably include a Gretsch 6120 and a Rickenbacker 330 in there, but you can't deny the importance in modern rock music of a Gibson Les Paul, and here we have a perfect example of what the Les Paul stands for. Honey burst finish, trapezoid inlay markers, mahogany body, beautiful, beautiful maple cap top, and it's the traditional model. So from what I'm aware, the pickups are kind of more tuned to that kind of classic kind of blues kind of sound. So you've got the neck humbucker and the bridge humbucker in here. Again, it's a classic and a great example of a classic. So let's hear what this one sounds like. Okay, so here we have what probably in the collection is probably my favourite guitar, just because it's great fun. It's simple, it's one pickup, two knobs and the truth, and it's a great example of just what Gibson did when they made really nice student guitars. This is a reissue, which is a 2008 model, and it's just really basic. One pickup, tone knob, volume knob, you don't really need a lot else. It looks like it's been painted with a man and a brush, which is probably at the time what these would have looked like. As I say, based on student guitars. It's got that really nice kind of Billy Joe Armstrong kind of sense to it. Nice rugged guitar, you could probably throw it down a flight of stairs and it'd still be in tune. So belting little guitar. So the last guitar that I'm going to talk to you about today is this lovely little Applause Bowlback acoustic guitar. So Applause are the junior brand of Ovation, and Ovation started doing these bowlback guitars back in the 1970s and obviously became fairly popular then. And the great thing about them is the fact that obviously when people were looking at buying an acoustic guitar that they wanted to use on stage, the problem you'd have with a lot of the big normal dreadnought kind of size guitars is a lot of feedback you were getting. So they developed this with a really nice electric system in it. We're not going to plug it in today, but it sounds fantastic, to be perfectly honest, without even having to plug in. And to be honest, this is the one I've kind of enjoyed playing most today, so there we go. So let's see what it sounds like. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for joining me today. And all these lovely guitars and a wealth of other items that are actually available are going in our sale on July the 1st. So we look forward, unfortunately, not to seeing you there, but please do get in touch at the Grantham sale room, and obviously we'd be more than happy to send you images, condition reports, etc. Thanks very much. Goodbye.